got chilling scares, man. Hopefully y'all hit that notification bell. Cause I told y'all I was gonna be dropping video after video after video all week. All week this week I'm dropping videos. You feel me? Nothing special. You know what I'm saying. I'm just gonna be doing. I just decided to do a whole, you know what I'm saying, whole week of videos. I ain't gonna do it next week now. I'm letting y'all know now. Next week is back on regular schedule. So you know what I'm saying. Y'all know how y'all get, bro. Y'all been showing up though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all have been showing up, man. But that being said, let's go ahead and get the video started. Make sure y'all give the video a thumbs up. Make sure y'all give y'all opinion about the video at the end of the video when y'all get done on. In the middle of the video, y'all find something funny, clip it, and you know what I'm saying. I like when y'all do that shit. That shit be funny. But let's go ahead and get into it, man.
O'Neill is a YouTuber from the UK with a channel called English Woodsman, where he's been uploading videos of his wild camping, stealth camping, and woodland camping trips in the UK for almost 10 years.
Not doing it.
Most of the channel's videos feature Daniel reviewing camping gear for his viewers and showing footage of his adventures in the great outdoors. For the most part, they're pretty tame, but in August 2023, he uploaded a video of his camping trip in the woodlands close to his home, and the footage is pretty disturbing. The first part of the video pretty much just shows Daniel walking through the woods and talking to his subscribers, eating berries, and pointing out the sights on the way to the campsite. At several points along the way, he pauses to mention the footprints and garbage he sees lying on the trail, indicating other people had been there in the last few days.
Someone's been here. There's a lot of rubbish around here.
I ain't gonna lie.
State of this.
I ain't going.
Does get used, doesn't it?
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't never going no woods by myself like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. You won't catch me hiking. Swear to God. I might. I like walking.
After about a 20-minute walk, he sits down in a clearing where he plans to set up camp for the night and leans back on a tree to eat his noodles as he talks to the camera. It's not until around 25 minutes into the video that things start to get seriously disturbing for Daniel.
I'll be out Friday night, but I'm going away Saturday, so I've got a bit of a drive as well, so I didn't want to be tired. And it's going to throw it down Friday night as well. And rain camping is really good.
Somebody walking. You heard that? I be trying to make sure my shit. Man, that shit tripping.
Hello?
Even though some pretty human-like footsteps could be heard right behind Daniel, as soon as he turns around to scan his environment, there's nobody in sight. What's most disturbing is that as soon as he turned around and yelled hello, the footsteps immediately stopped. For the next few minutes, he sits down and tries to regain his composure as he sips his coffee and eats his noodles, but things only continue to get even more creepy as the sun begins to set.
I got the shit so close. You're doing crazy shit.
There's that noise again now.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Hello? Hello?
It'd be crazy somebody said hello.
You got better hair that.
Oh, what the fuck?
There's nobody here.
About 40 minutes into the video, the footstep noises can be heard again, and this time it sounds like they're getting closer to Daniel. By this point, most people would have hightailed it out of there without any hesitation, but Daniel decides to sit back down to finish his dinner as he tries to calm his nerves for the second time.
My bad, y'all.
Amazingly, a few minutes later, it almost seems like he completely forgets about the footsteps and manages to think about less disturbing things, which is honestly pretty impressive. But as darkness sets in, the eerie footsteps start up again.
I'm going to be honest. I can't stay here now. I'm going to be a wimp. I don't care if people call me a wimp in the comments, but
it's pretty too late now,
I
brother.
can't stay here. I'm too unsettled. I'm nervous. I've done camping like this loads of times. I think I'm gonna go find somewhere else to get this busy set up. But I'm leaving this spot.
Understandably, after this third incident, Daniel decides to head somewhere else for the night to play it safe. It's hard to know what exactly was making those sounds, but because they sounded very similar to human footsteps, it's possible that Daniel was being stalked by someone in the woods. This is obviously incredibly dangerous, as you can never really trust someone's intentions when you're in such a vulnerable position all by yourself in unknown territory.
No sir.
It was either that or an animal walking through the grass. But because Daniel mentioned the grass was a little wet and wouldn't have made that dry sound if an animal stepped on it, this is pretty unlikely. Also, many people in the comments mentioned that no animal walks that uniform and steady. They stop, go, and change pace constantly. Either way, it's a good thing he decided to leave, because who knows what could have happened to Daniel that night.
Yeah.
One of the most annoying things to me is spam texts and phone calls. You would actually be surprised by the amount of times I get interrupted of over 500 million first 2 weeks for free, also, and although nothing happened to them, it was a very close call.
Hell no. Oh! Did we cover that on one video? They be having sick motherfuckers be doing that shit. Why the fuck? That's why I'm scared to drive bikes and shit like that. I watch Wrong Turn. Motherfucker be doing some crazy shit. Y'all gotta watch out y'all riding them bikes, man. Even though you really can't see the wire, we make them more crazy, but
when these wires are set up off-trail, it can be hard to tell whether they were placed there out of malice or if a random camper or farmer placed the wires there to hang up clothes or something similar. But in cases like these where the wires are specifically placed on the trail, there's really only one reason people would do that, and that's to bring serious harm to bikers for some reason. Possibly they're annoyed with the constant loud sound of the bikes near their property or something else.
yeah.
But hopefully more measures can be taken in the future to prevent more people from getting hurt, especially because it's not uncommon to hear about motorbikers and snowmobilers losing their lives over this kind of stuff. This audio was uploaded to YouTube by a user named ForestFire21. He recorded it around 2 a.m. in December 2014. The uploader lives in a forest, and he mentioned that the noises in the audio were coming from deep in the woods behind his house.
Why I sound somebody yelling? Daddy. Somebody getting their guts beat in? Oh.
It's hard to make out what the child is yelling, but after listening closely, several users jumped in the comments to point out that you can also hear an adult voice yelling, "Where are you?" In addition to the young female voice making most of the noise, this quieter, more subtle male voice that can also be heard in the audio only makes the whole incident that much more disturbing. Near the end of the video, the uploader mentions that after that night, he checked the news every day to see if he could find some explanation for the screams, but he never did. The fact that the screaming was captured at around 2 a.m. in the freezing cold weather and in the middle of the woods indicates that the uploader could have genuinely recorded something pretty sinister taking place that night. It's hard to tell why the uploader would record and upload the audio instead of immediately calling the police after hearing a female voice in such obvious distress, but at this point there's not much that can be done about it. And who knows, maybe the uploader did call the police. There wasn't much context given in the video's description. We can only hope that whatever problem happened that night was eventually solved, but based on the shrillness of the screams and the strangeness of the whole situation, we probably won't ever be able to know for sure. Lisa is a life coach and YouTuber who often uploads videos of what it's like living in her van and traveling the country on her own. One afternoon in 2022, Lisa had parked her van on the side of the road and left the side door of her van open while she cooked her dinner inside. when suddenly a sketchy-looking guy approached her, poked his head in her van without her permission, and started asking her some pretty bizarre questions in French, a language Lisa doesn't speak. When she mentioned she didn't understand what he was saying, he pulled out a translator app to try to communicate with her, which obviously made her pretty uncomfortable, especially since she wasn't interested in talking to him in the first place after he invaded her personal space. After watching the guy struggle to use Google Translate for a few minutes, Lisa decided she'd had enough and shut the side door in his face, also closing the curtain to make sure the guy got the hint. Strangely, for over half an hour, the guy then stood outside in the rain and tinkered with the translator app to try to communicate with Lisa, even after she made it more than obvious that she wanted nothing to do with him.
That's why I say, y'all females, y'all have to be safe. It's guys like this that are weird that don't get the picture. You gotta be safe, females. You gotta be safe, man. Gotta get my iMac right.
He just moved even closer so that I can't move out and so that I can't go forward.
Hey, instead of recording, can you call the police?
Please leave. Please leave. You sketchy person. Please leave.
With a very shady demeanor, the man snuck into the bushes and pretty much just stalked Lisa from a distance, as if he thought she couldn't see him. As the sun began to set, Lisa kept an eye on the guy outside to make sure he didn't try to get close to her again. But the man just kept on bringing his car closer to her van and blocking her exit in different ways for more than half an hour.
Call the police instead of recording.
Half an hour and it just keeps on moving his vehicle so he can see me in my van here. And anyways, it's 7 o'clock, 7 p.m.
Fortunately, just as darkness had begun to set in, a family in an RV pulled up right behind Lisa and spent the night in the same parking lot as her, which comforted her enough to stay there the entire evening. Disturbingly, the guy left soon after the other family arrived, but came back about 3 hours later in the dead of night to check if Lisa was still there. When he saw the other family in the RV was also still in the parking lot, he left and didn't come back. The next morning, Lisa left early and never saw the guy again. It's hard to tell what the guy's exact intentions were, but based on his overall sketchy demeanor and questionable behavior, they couldn't have been anything good. The one thing we can be sure about is that it's a good thing the other family in the RV arrived at the parking lot when they did.
Definitely.
Otherwise, who knows what the man would have done to Lisa.
I don't even want to think about it. It's creeping.
In May 2014, an Imager user uploaded a blog post where he talked about the time he went to visit a friend in northern Germany. According to the uploader, his friend told him about these pipes that he had found in the woods near his house that stuck up out of the ground like periscopes. Apparently, his friend and his siblings played near the pipes as kids and knew that there were bunkers hidden below them, but their parents never allowed them to get near them out of concern for their safety. During the visit narrated in the blog post, the uploader and his friend decided to check out the pipes and finally go down into the bunkers that they never had permission to explore when they were younger, and they found some pretty disturbing stuff.
Oh shit.
A few hundred feet away from the trees, they found the entrance to the bunker covered with a loosely placed piece of wood that they easily removed with a crowbar. Once inside, all they could see were these long, seemingly endless, hospital-like hallways that extended for thousands of feet under the woods.
No.
As they ventured further and further into the maze of tunnels, they found graffiti on some of the walls, indicating they weren't the first people to get the idea to explore the underground bunkers. To the explorers' horror, one of the walls deep inside the tunnels had the word "help" in German graffitied all over it. It's possible that it was just sprayed on there by another group of teens trying to be funny, but the eerie nature of the bunker coupled with the general state of disarray really makes you wonder if something more sinister took place down there at some point, possibly even written by German soldiers in the later parts of World War II. As they traveled deeper into the bunker, they found some more disturbing graffiti, with one of the eeriest messages reading, "Hello Satan, I love you." Obviously, that's not the kind of message you want to see in a tunnel system like this.
Hell no.
But the two friends decided to keep on exploring anyway. After several hours down in the bunker, they ended up finding tons of more twisting, winding hallways, flooded rooms with old machines, and dark, narrow corridors that reached dead ends, but nothing more disturbing than the graffiti they had found a few hours earlier. The explorers managed to make it out of there safely and didn't go back there again.
You won't catch me in no shit like that, I ain't gonna lie.
In the summer of 2016, reports started surfacing that people were finding dangerous booby traps along a very well-known hiking trail in the High Mountain Park Preserve in Wayne, New Jersey. As per the police reports, the traps mostly consisted of boards with nails sticking out of them, barbed wire, broken bottles placed along the trails behind or near rocks or logs, and other treacherous materials. As more and more complaints started coming in, police
Be aware of y'all surroundings. Be aware of y'all surroundings, man. Some evil people out here in this world. On some wrong turn shit and on some evil shit. Like, it's dead ass evil people. Like, evil. I look at evil people as in they'll smile in your face. Like the regular people, they'll smile in your face. No matter what color they are. They smile in your face, they nice, they go, you know what I'm saying? They try to throw you off, they nice as shit. But deep down, they evil than a motherfucker. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can expect a motherfucker on the streets to be, you feel me, to be, you know what I'm saying, they got they, you know what I'm saying, that dog in them. But, you know what I'm saying, a random motherfucker, like, you know what I'm saying, a person you wouldn't even never expect to be evil.
People to keep an eye out for traps and even organize cleanup efforts to keep hikers safe during their treks. What's most disturbing is that these traps were clearly placed there to hurt people, as there's really no other reason to put nails and barbed wire on the ground in the middle of such a popular hiking trail.
Definitely.
The fact that someone would take the time to get out on the trail, build a booby trap in such detail, and place it there with the intention to do harm to other people and their pets is honestly pretty messed up. But it didn't take the cops too long to make an educated guess as to who was behind the whole thing.
Oh, fuck.
Although they never found the individual suspects responsible for placing the traps on the trail, the sheriff's department determined that the traps had probably something to do with the feud between hikers and bikers who had been fighting over use of the trail for decades. According to many nearby residents, it's common for bikers on the trail to speed past the hikers without ringing their bells or announcing their presence, which has led to several injuries and rising tensions between the two groups over the years. Still, it's hard to imagine that someone would take the issue to the point of trying to harm an entire group of people so maliciously with such brutal methods.
Definitely.
Fortunately, no one was hurt as a result of the traps, but the suspects responsible were never found.
That'd be the sad part about it too, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That'd be the actually sad part, that nobody actually get caught for the bullshit that goes on. Love y'all, man. Be safe. I got another video. Hello.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, or...
But, motherfucker, I'm talking. I forgot what I was finna say. Oh, I'm finna do another video. I'm gonna call it Crunch Day. Crunch Day is gonna be when I make a video, like y'all finna get this video like in the next hour or two. But the next video I'm finna do, y'all gonna get that another day. So y'all might get this video Saturday. Hey, y'all might get this video Wednesday. Where, what is it? Tuesday? It just turned Tuesday. So y'all might get this video Wednesday or Thursday. You never know. So we're gonna call it Crunch Day or whatever. Y'all make sure. Y'all know what I'm saying. Leave y'all opinion about this video. I think the first video too kind of creeped me out too though, cause he didn't see nobody, but he heard footsteps. That was the crazy part. Not even gonna lie to you. And the one that was saying "Daddy," and the son screaming, them be the weird ones too though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be thinking like the last either Whisper Diaries or Mr. Nightmare. That dude had a whole speaker playing. It was Mr. Nightmare. He had a whole speaker to make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, they was in trouble, but you know what I'm saying, he had a whole speaker. Anyway, man, make sure y'all give a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. See you when I see y'all. Make sure y'all give y'all opinion about this video in the description. I mean, not in the description, but the comment section down below. See you when I see y'all. Y'all be safe. Let's ride, nigga.